Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. I have a guest today in honor of Mother's Day. I have Scott's mom, Marie, with me here today. She didn't, she's not making. Yeah, my mother-in-law. Either way, same thing. She's not making anything. She's here to watch the live show live in person. But we came here to say Happy Mother's Day to everybody because it's Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
So hopefully you guys are happy that you got to say hi to Scott's mom. So anyways, today I'm working on t-shirt quilt, and that's what I'm going to do. Or clothing quilt, same thing. And Ma's here just to watch me work on it.
Make sure that you do it right.
Oh, really? Make sure I'm doing it right?
Yeah.
Okay. She's my supervisor. She'd be like, wait, no, that one.
No, you missed a stitch. Go back.
You won't be able to see those stitches. Anyway, so we thought she'd come on and say hi to you guys real quick, and then I'm going to get to work. So, because we only have one microphone, and that's for me. So I'm going to get to work, and we're going to put you back in the corner. So give me 2 seconds. We're going to move Mama back to the corner. Oh, yeah, let's say hi to everyone real quick before I get up then. Yep. Let's see. Did you move it to the top?
I don't remember.
All right.
If I did, it moved to the bottom anyway. I'll let it tell.
We got all the way to the top.
That's a lot of people to say hi to.
We got Melody, Brenda, Dawn, another Dawn. My thing is not working. What the heck? Come on. We got Martha, Jacqueline, Polly, Melody, Tracy, Carolyn, Geraldine, Shirley, Alita. I think it's Alita. Shirley, Carolyn, Lori, Karen, Kay, and so many more. Welcome, everybody. And again, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
All right, here's that. We're going to move Mom now.
I'm right here. I can grab it.
There we
Now
go.
I know what you think of me. Put me in the corner.
We always put baby in the corner. All right, guys, let me run my mic. It's going to get loud for a second. Darn thing likes to rub on the clothes. All right. There we have it. All right, guys. So I'm working on, I'm working on the baby clothes quilt, and I'm decided instead of making big chunks like I usually do, this time I'm making rows. So I'm going to show you what the rows look like. I've made 2 so far. That's as far as I've gotten. They're 76 inches long. I don't know if it's going to stay, but we'll see right now. No, it's fine. Here's one. No, that won't stay. 1 row. Yeah, it's not going to stay.
But I just hold it in.
Yeah, you hold it and I hold it.
Show it to him.
So that's 1 row. And you can see I'm puzzling it together though. So all the clothes are being puzzled by adding the back of the clothes and other filler clothes to taper it along the way. And this row is 11 inches wide, but the next row is 12.5 inches wide. So you can see I'm just going by the biggest shirt that I'm putting in the row's size and then adding to the rest of them. So there's a lot of measuring involved so that they all become that same height, but it's actually fun. And so far it's 9 shirts across is pretty much how it's turning out. So, but this one's a little bit bigger. As long as they're all 76 inches wide, then they should all be the right length. I'm also pressing the seams open. Let me show that real quick. All the seams, because it's a t-shirt quilt and I don't want the bulk when I'm sewing, on the long arm on the front side. If it was all to one side, I'd have a big hump. This pressing open prevents me from having the big hump going over it on the long arm. So all the seams are being pressed open. So it takes just a little bit longer to press it open, but again, it makes for a nicer, flatter quilt when it goes together. All right, so I'm going to show you how I do this. It's quite simple. I'm going to take a big square and find out the size of this one, and then everything will go off of this size. So it looks like this one will be a 12-inch row. So everything that I hook to this will be 12 inches. Before those fall off my head, I am going to move them. So I'm going to choose 9 shirts to start with because I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same 9 things. I'm also going to add shirts that have pockets in them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and another little tiny one. 9. I have them in piles from big to medium to little. All right, so now I need to make all these blocks 12 inches tall. It doesn't matter how wide as long as the whole entire unit becomes 76 inches. So I'm just going to work on these. I'm just going to choose what I want on the bottoms. So if I want this stripe outfit one on the bottom of here, I literally am just laying it on here, cutting it to size.
Do you alternate adding top to bottom on the ones you are doing?
Yeah, I'm alternating top and bottom. That way it looks more puzzled, and since the rows are all different heights, it also makes it look really cool. So it gives it more of a puzzled look. I didn't want to do the big chunks this time because I don't want it to be too big. I'm trying to keep it all at a specific amount of inches, and I don't want to have to cut off too much. So I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to start with this, and that one doesn't matter if it's on the top or bottom, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this one on the bottom to start.
You're going to have them all facing the same way?
Nope, these are all, the question was if I was going to have them all going the same way or if I am going to turn some. Nope, they are all facing up and down. It is going to be a 100% directional quilt. So I roll the seam here first and then press it with the iron, which is not on yet, so that's why I'm not doing that just yet. Ooh, that's perfect size. Yes, if you can, please. Remember, just place it down. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add, let's do this one second. Yeah, we'll do that one. So we're going to add to the top of this one. I'm going to go ahead and choose from something in my pile to go on top of it. I have all these backs and sides of things. So we're going to go ahead and put sharks on this one, on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and see how wide this is. Ooh, that's like the perfect, nope, not the perfect width. Is that the perfect width? How many inches do I need to 12? Let's see. I need 3.5 inches worth. There's 3.5 right here. Okay. So I'm going to cut 3 3/4 inch off of here. And then cut it to size on the sides because I already have a straight line on the top. And cut the other side. This is fairly simple to do. Kind of just building as I go. Put this on the top. Sew it on. Finger press it open and then hand it to Scott to make that seam stay down. All right, if that one was to the top, this one's going to go on the bottom. So I'm going to find something to go on the bottom of this one. That's this size. Ooh, let's do sideways hamburger, no, hot dogs and hamburgers. How about that? Okay. Let's get this to, did you press this?
Both of those, yes.
It's not flat.
Well, it's been pressed. What do you want me to tell you? Is that one part?
see how many inches I need. 12, I need 4¼ inches. I don't know how many rows there'll be, honestly. Just need 4¼ inches off of this, which I'm just going to put it on, and just right there's fine. I use my ruler to line it up with the previous piece so that I know how wide I need something to be. To pay attention what I'm having on the top and which one's on the bottom of my row. All right. The next one will go on the top. And I'll cut these to size in a minute. Let's get this one to 12 inches. So this one is almost 12 inches. So we're going to cut this down and use the bottom for something else, and then add to the bottom of this. So this will just go in my add to the bottom or top of something else. And then I will find something for this one. Nope, not long enough. So say I don't have a long enough piece, but I want more than one piece. We're going to find another smaller square. So say my piece isn't long enough, right? So I have 12 inches here. I need 3½. And I have enough here with my Spider-Man and with my piece together to make one solid piece. So I'm actually going to piece these two together and then trim to size. Let's put it on the bottom because that's the straight edge. And then I'll trim it to size. And then this will become the bottom, a 2-piece. So this is how the whole puzzling part becomes a puzzle. So I sewed that on there, trim it that big, square this side up real quick, press this open, pass it to Scott, and then I will, no, I will in a second. I'm going to line it up under this. And while I'm waiting for that, I'll choose one for the next one. Let's do this one next. Do a piece off of this milk and cookies one. Oh yeah, because I can do a side and a bottom. All right, is that ready?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to put this piece that I put 2 together on the bottom. I'm going to put it as far as I want it over so that they both have almost an equal amount. Trim off any excess now before I sew it. And then, was this on the top or the bottom? Where did my pile go, Scotty? Did I bury it? Oh. If that one's on the bottom, this one goes on the top. So this one will be on the top. And when the seams are pressed open next to another seam, it lays a lot flatter. So that would be like the only major hump that I would have to go over when I'm long arm quilting this. All right, this one we're going to add to the side and top and bottom. So let's see how tall it is already. So we need a little bit on the bottom. Is this one a little bit enough? Nope, that's not. Let's grab this one, right? Oh, this one can be the side because that's already straight. Let's grab this one.
So what do you want to put on that? Do you want me to put it there? Do you want to do that?
Over there's fine for now. I just need to know which one is top and bottom. Okay. I need like that much. Okay. What am I on? Top, bottom? Oh. Where's the one you just did? That's on the top. I'm on the bottom now. I'm just going to line it up. Trim off excess. Sew it on. And honestly, I'm going to trim just a smidgen off of this because that way I don't have to trim too much off this next one. Oops, I missed. All right. Once this is on here, press it open, and then I'm going to add a side to it to make it wider. Because you can also add the sides, not just the top and bottom. So I'm just going to cut a nice straight cut off of here. Save that for another one, that for another one, and then add to this side right here. And that was the perfect length, literally. Trim right there. There. Stay. Keeping that seam open. Huh? Hello and happy Mother's Day. All right, can you press that so I could trim it to 12 inches? All right, let's put something on. That one was on the bottom, so this one's back on the top again. Let's find out how tall it is, how much I need. I need 4.5 inches of something. Is there 4.5 inches of this? Probably not. Some of them I don't have like, yeah, that's not even 4 inches. Can I have that real quick? I'm going to turn this into 12 inches is what I'm going to do. All right, just chop off a little bit of this bottom so that it's 12 inches. And there I have a pieced one. So it's on the side and somehow that shirt got stretched. All right. Now this one I'm adding 4.5 inches worth of something. Let's try this one. I haven't done any of this one yet. So I'm going to cut about 4.5 inches off of this. Going to add it to the bottom. Oh no, this one's to the top. All right. This one is going on the top, not the bottom, because that one has it on the bottom. All right, let's add this one. It needs 2 inches of something. We'll put some trucks underneath this one. Okay. Mix this with something else. Let's put this one. So 2 inches or so of this one too. We're going to hook them together side to side. Make 2 sides straight though first. Well, it'd be nice if that was straight too. And if that was straight. Right here. There we go. Hook them together. It's all about just puzzle piecing all this together. That one's going to go on the bottom, and then this one will be on the top. So we're going to choose some Mickey Mouse for underneath Mickey Mouse.
Double Mickey?
Yep. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this under here, cut off my excess. And I'm still saving all the little excess pieces because in case I need to make like blocks to fill it in, then I can fill things in. So I can make like little 4 patches or half square triangles or just random stuff to fill in the excess. That's how I get everything to the inches I need. Here's for you. All right. Line this up on the 12 right there. I need 1, 2, 3. I need 4 inches off of this. That over there. Line this up right here. And then that goes in that pile. This is this pile, and I'm on the top. All right, so I'm going to add Mickey Mouse pieces to the top. All right, and now we just need to get this to 76 inches in length because all of my pieces are together. So there's that. I'm going to trim them all to the 12 inches tall. Oops. 12 and 12 is 24. Let's take some off the top of this one instead. Right here. Right there. Take this to 24 right there. Snip this side off real quick. It's nice and straight. All right. Take this to 12 inches. Literally right on the edge. Perfect. I like when they almost land where they're supposed to. So that was supposed to be this one. This one's on the bottom. Let's take this to 12. All right, nice straight cut right here. This one, I think I already trimmed this one to 12. Yes, I did. And then this one, did I already do this one too? Nope. All right, so let's put this on the 12, line this top up, and this already pieced piece can go on something else. That only needs like an inch. But it's there, it's ready. Okay, line this one up, cut it off here. And that go towards something else. Oh, this one side needs to be trimmed. Right. And
Film
this.
that one, Mommy's Midnight Kiss. That's cute.
Yep, Mommy's Midnight Kiss. It only had one of the side parts of the arm left on it. The other one, it was a crooked picture, just say that. Some of those baby clothes are a little on the crooked side. Man, this one is right on it, like literally. Exactly right there at that edge. That's perfect. All right. And I already know this is 12. So now I'm going to hook them together, measure, hook some more together, measure, until they are all hooked together. And then we'll make sure that we're getting to 76, because somewhere I'm going to have to add something in between, which is what I'm using. The fabrics behind me is Toy Story and Word Party are going in between as needed, anywhere that they're needed to get it to my magic number. All right, there's that. I'm going to hook these two together. We got what?
That song stuck in our head, the Word Party.
Oh, we had the Word Party song. The other day we were in here and Scott started singing the Word Party song because of the fabric. I don't remember the song and I don't want it stuck in my head, so. Oops.
Well, Scott, sing it for us.
Yeah, no. All right, let's put these two together. All right. Hi, Doris. Hello. All right. Okay, here's that. And I'm going to hook these together. Try not to get them out of order. And if it did get out of order, I guess it doesn't matter because it looks like a puzzle once it's all together anyway. Mother-in-law. Yes, I like my mother-in-law.
Better say that I'm sitting right here.
She's like, you better say that, I'm sitting right here. Shh, sometimes she's crazy. Oh wait, so am I. I guess that's why we love each other.
That's why we get along so well.
Scott tells me at least twice a week, when I do something weird or odd or something, he goes, you know, you're just like my mother, right? Well, they say guys marry like their mother and girls marry like their father. So, I mean, whatever. But he always reminds me that I'm like his mother because I do something that she does. It's funny. All right, this one goes to this one. That goes on this next. That'll be this way right here. And yeah, that's top, that's bottom.
You try to get it upside down and still look good.
Yeah, if it goes in upside down, oh well. It'll just be something for the kid to be like, oh, look at this, this upside down, and turning around to read it. Yep. He'll be crawling over the bed and mom will be like, "What are you doing, kiddo?" And he'll be like, "Reading." Here. I hate this thing. It's driving me nuts.
What?
The seat thing. It doesn't stay. It just keeps sliding. Line up the ends. Oh, I gotta find out how long this is before I attach the last 3. It doesn't really matter. I could put them on this side if I wanted. That's probably what I'm gonna do, honestly. I need, before I attach that, I need to know how long this is plus this. Because I need to go to 76 inches. So we're at 36. That's not going to work. Can I have you move out of my way, please?
You want to use a tape measure?
Yep. Got to measure, guys, and I can't measure over there because I'm just going to keep moving the piece. Get this out at 76, right there. There. So we're at 47 plus, where'd those pieces just go? Oh, right here. And then we'll lay that over a 1/4 inch. So now that's at 60. And then that, oh wow, I can add more shirts on this one because I have a big gap. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit of Toy Story in between, and then I'm still gonna add another shirt. So I'm gonna cut off a strip that's 12 inches by, we're gonna do a 5-inch strip. How about that? Because I need a lot of inches right here.
You embroider something wrong on a quilt, can it be picked back out?
If you embroider something wrong on a quilt, can you pick it back out? I mean, you can, but that's a lot of work. A lot of work, because embroidery is a lot of stitches, a lot of holes. All right, so we're gonna add this. So I just cut a 12 by 5-inch piece. I'm gonna actually add it right here.
Tell them, in other words, it's extremely hard.
Yeah.
You probably tear the fabric.
Yeah, you'd probably tear the fabric because I have torn fabric trying to rip out embroidery. So I just go ahead and start over. So if it's like a gift to someone and you spelled a name wrong or something, I would say just give it to them anyway and say you had an oopsie. Because I have no other suggestions how to fix that. You're just going to rip it all up. But I would never, I know some of you have probably done this, but I would never embroider a finished quilt. I always embroider before it's finished because that way you can cut out that block, you know, pluck it out or pick it out or whatever you want, and then start over if you have to before the quilt is put together into a quilt sandwich and made into a full-on quilt. All right, press this open, find out how much I need. Yep. All right, I'm going to attach this one right here. Making sure everything's staying nice and square. Press it open, add that last piece, and then find out how much more I need to add. And that will determine the size shirt that I grab and piece. So let's add that last Mickey Mouse one on here. All right, I'm gonna press and then find out how much more I need to add. Up out of the way and lay this right here at the 76. Come over here, keep it flat. And I need 6 and an 1/8 inch. 6 and an 1/8 of an inch. Let's see. How wide is this one? Oops, how wide? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, that's too wide. One of these little guys. Let's try this one. 6 and a little bit more, 6.5. That's closer. Let's see. Oh, here we go. 6 1/4, but yeah, that'll work. Let's do 6 1/4. So let's add, to make this 12, I need 1, 2.5 inches. So let me find.
What's the height that they're all going to be?
They're all different heights. The lengths are 76 inches. Let's save that for a big one. Let's do this right here. One of these. That'll work. So I need 2.5 inches about right there. Lay it on this side. Make the same. Yeah, I'm making them all 76 inches long, and each row is a different height. Oops. I didn't really have to do that, but I did it anyway. Yeah. So this should make the whole row 76 inches, adding this guy. So I'm going to press it. Oop, I ran out of bobbin. Look at that. I'm not going to press it. I'm going to put in a bobbin. Trying to use up some of these bobbins from other things. I have so many mismatched colored ones. I roll them when I do binding and stuff. And now I started rolling partial bobbins for binding because I know how much I need to roll. All right, now I'll press it. And then we will add it to this end right here. So I'm just going to put it in upside down. All right. I'm going to make sure this is 76 inches now, and it should be. This up right there at the 76, and come over to here. Oh, perfect, exactly. So here is another row. I do need to trim right here, though, real quick. Hold on. I had a little crookedness right there. All right, so here is now another row. So on that side, there is an actual button-up t-shirt that's on there that literally can be unbuttoned and opened, and I will stitch around it when I get to the long arm. But it fit perfect.
That way the little boy can hide stuff in there from his mama.
Yeah.
Frogs in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
He can put whatever he wants because guess what? This is going to have a lot of secret pockets in this quilt. All right, so there's another row. So now I have 3 rows made. 2 12s, no, 1 12, 1 12 and a half, and 1 11-inch row on the height. So now choose another one. All right. I'm going to choose one of these big shirts to go off of. So this row is going to be, we're going to trim this down to 14 inches, and we're going to do a 14-inch row on the height. I don't know, I'm going to have to piece a lot of extra stuff for this one. So let's make this work. All right, so we're going to go with 14 inches now. I'm going to grab these little tiny pocket. Where did the other one go? Let's do one of these and one of those. Why not? Okay. We're going to try to cut these little pockets out, and I'm going to put them sideways. Let's see if I can get that to... Let's just put the end on it. Right here. And then we'll trim it to size. So let's take another fabric. That one has pockets on it already. Let's use this. How big of a half square triangle is that going to be? That's like 3.5 inches. I'm going to do the same thing on both of these. So I'm just going to go like 3.5 inches. I'm going to split this in half. How wide is that? Right there. So center is right here. And then I'm going to split it in half. And I'm going to add half of it right here on the corner because you see it's a t-shirt and I don't want to lose my pocket. So I'm just going to turn it into like a little add-on right here. So when I press it out, very carefully like, so now I have it right here like this. Now I'm just going to straighten that corner up, the whole thing right here. I might need to add more to it. No, I don't. Right here. Let's make it 5 inches. No, it's going to be 4.5 inches. It's garbage. 4.5. That's plenty.
How many hours does this type of quilt take?
This takes quite a few hours start to finish. And this bottom corner, I'm also going to just straighten that out actually. And then we will add, it needs to be 14, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 inches for that one. All right, I'm going to repeat that corner step with this one. Just trying to get rid of this curve on the pocket because it's not usable. Oh yeah, that'll work. Press it. Huh? No, I got it. All right, I'm going to straighten this one out, and we're going to put these two next to each other, but we're going to add to them, and they'll be kind of cattywampus a little.
What would you suggest in the way of construction if it was a quilt as you go?
If it was quilt as you go, I would construct it in rows. Yeah, or big chunks. sections of chunks if it was quilt as you go. Like, you know, make a 20 by 20 section, you know. So you can see these little shirts still have their pockets, but I added onto the ends. So I'm still using all the clothes. All right, let's see how much this one will need as well. They're not exactly the same. Oh yeah, they are. Look at that. Perfect. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. 5.5 inches. Ooh, I could just put them side by side and put this right there. Ooh, that would work perfect. Another pocket, all 3 pockets like this. That'd be cool. Let's do that. Let's put these side by side, because now they're the same size. See, I like being creative too. Just, I changed my mind. Okay, I'm gonna press this and I'm gonna cut that other pocket out, and it'll be a lot of pockets all next to each other. One is from the front of a pair of pants. Sweatpants or something. Was it sweat? Yeah, it was sweatpants. All right. I'm gonna center this on here, but first, yeah, let's cut that out, then we'll straighten it. Right about there is center. Cut that off of there. Come over here. Cut that off. So those will be used for something else. We're gonna straighten up this top part, and I'm gonna hook it to it. I'm gonna be very careful about it, because there is a pocket up there. And it's kind of close to the edge, but I could only cut where I could cut the clothes out in a specific amount. All right, did it work? Oh yeah, pocket's still there where it's supposed to be. Didn't lose it. I don't think that's going to want to press open. And I'm going to take this to 14 inches. Oh man, I'm short. Let's add something to the top of it too. So let's cut this bottom off and then add, because I'm short a little bit. So make it super short and add that right here. I'm going to add 2 inches of something else. Is this as wide as that? Okay, that is. It's all about just building as you go. All right. I'm going to take that right there, place this on top. I'm going to sew it on and then trim it. All right. Press it. Then trim it. You can get creative when you're making baby clothes quilts like this and just do all sorts of just cool, strange, random stuff with the clothes. It doesn't have to be uniform. It doesn't have to be just squares next to squares. It can be however you want to build it, because you're having fun and it's for someone you love. All right, let's make sure that this is the height I need. We're going to trim it to 14 inches. And there's a strange looking but 2 front parts of the shirt. And then at bottom with some pockets from a pair of
Oh, that
sweatpants.
is awesome.
So
Didn't
it's
even notice
like a
that.
hoodie, but sweatpants had the pocket on the front that you put hand in on both sides. And then there's two fully functioning pockets right here. So this is going to be the pocket row. Actually, the previous row had pockets. I'm going to put these two together real quick, just so that it's done and out of the way. And we'll start on another. Alright. It's actually not that hard to puzzle them together. As long as you're going for the same height, you can always trim down. You know, I always just make it a little bit bigger than it needs to be and then trim it down. Like right here, slightly longer because it's stretched to the side. All right, there's two together. I don't want to add this one next, but I do want one of these side ones. Let's do the pretty fly for a small fry. Ooh, that's almost 14 inches. That's shy by like, let's lay it on here and find out how shy it is. Shy by 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to chop off a little bit and add to it. Actually, I'm going to chop off a lot of it and then add to it. As long as the French fries are in here. So like some of them I made blocks by putting the bottoms to the matching top, you know. I put the matching piece around it. So that can go with something else. And now I just need to add to this.
Does sewing standing up help or hurt your back?
Sewing standing up just helps me have a brain for a moment. Because my neck hurts, actually. So it doesn't help at all. It actually hinders. But sitting is also hindering, too. So they're both hurting me. I need 1, 2, 3.5 inches of something. 3.5 inches of dinosaurs? Why not? Is that going to be wide enough? Nope.
If you make sashing using cotton fabric, should you use interfacing too?
If I make sashing using cotton fabric, yes. I interfaced the inside of this too. I want the same thickness because my tension will get all messed up on my long arm if I'm going from really thick to thin, thick to thin, thick to thin. So I just automatically do that. All right, we're going to use this trucks instead, and I need 3.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this off.
You made a quilt from men's work shirt?
I have made quilts from men's work shirts, yes. There's actually a video of me making men's shirts in a quilt, like button-up shirts, nice button-up shirts. Is that what they're talking about? Yeah. Trim this real quick. And trim this side. And then press it. Put its length down because we're going to 14. Oh, look at that. That one's good. Oops, slide it back. All right. There. And now I'll add this to here. So the next one, I'm going to add a piece to the top of it. So it goes together nice and smoothly. Just press from the back when you press your seam open, never from the front if you're using shirts that have vinyl images on them, because you will melt your iron to those pieces. Ask me how I know. See, they stretch even with the interfacing, so I try to keep it straight the whole entire time. All right, so let's do next Let's add another one of these. So we're going to add it to the top. So I need 1, 2.5, 3 inches. I need 3 inches of dinosaurs. Right here. Oh, you're looking at, that's his name. 3 inches. All right, cut it to size. Slide it on there. This doesn't matter if I pre-make all my pieces or if I make them as I go. I'm pretty much doing the same exact thing. Okay, we're going to take this to 14 inches. Perfect. Right. Oh, you know what? Let's straighten this top and take off some of the bottom. So we don't lose the little dinosaur, because he's kind of, well, upside down T-Rex. I mean, come on now.
Well, there are all different ways. Birdie's right side up. Pterodactyl.
Right. Okay. 14 inches. And this one's going to get added to here. Lay it on top. I also don't really ever pin when I'm doing these. A lot of people pin, but I do not, because I'm really lazy about that. And again, it's stretched it. As long as the whole row ends up the same size when I'm done, that's all that matters. All right, now for another one. Let's do first Valentine's Day. Sure, why not? I need how much to make it? 14. I need 2, 3, 4, 5.5 of something. This one will go perfect under there. Let's make sure that that's the edge. I can get it right there. Slice this off real quick so that it's 5.5 inches.
If you were making a quilt from a wedding dress, what kind of pattern would you use?
A quilt from a wedding dress? What kind of pattern? I don't know. I never thought about it. I don't know if I could chop up a really pretty wedding dress, honestly. I mean, I've seen them done, but I'm not sure I'm one of those that can chop up a wedding dress. Oops, that can go in that pile. But I would probably go with something elegant, like a double wedding ring or some kind of something with points. I don't know. I don't even know how hard it is to do, you know. I said 5.5 inches, right? Is what I needed. I wouldn't even know where to begin because wedding dresses are silk and I don't like sewing silk because I tried sewing, you know, I did Gabby's wedding dress just to alter it and it was a hassle. 5.5. So there's 5. There's the half. Yep, it was a headache to alter a wedding dress. So I can only imagine what kind of headache it would be to, you know, turn a dress into a quilt. All right, so this onto here. Oh, I don't want to trim off too much of that bottom. All right, let's fix that then. Right there. Let's see now. Blue's too much. It's close to the top, but not too close. It's going to shift on me anyway, so. I also am sewing a regular 1/4 inch seam, but because this is really thick, because the fabric is really thick, it's actually taking more like 3/8 of an inch. So just remember that for this kind of stuff, you need, like, instead of a 1/4 inch more, you need 3/8 of an inch more, just to be on the safe side, because your seams are a little bit thicker than a 1/4 of an inch. You may be sewing it at a 1/4 of an inch lined up, but as soon as you go to press it open, it took up more space than that. It landed right at the bottom. Perfect. So look, this one has a heart from, it doesn't even go together. It was just a pair of pants that I chopped up, and it goes with a little heart on the bottom. All right, next, where are we at on inches? So far, we're at 40-ish inches. All right, let's do, oh, I saved these to show you guys too. So I have, what do you do when you have stuff like this? Come on. So I had one of these shirts, but to get the whole picture, I had to cut it like a rhombus, kind of. So it's crooked. So what I do is I'm going to take its matching bottoms and the top, and I am going to cut my crookedness off of here, however wide I need it to be. So I'm just going to lay this on here. I'm literally going to cut along the edge of my crooked side. I'm going to attach my crooked side onto here. Slide it down just a little. Press that open. And I'm not trimming anything just yet. The first thing I'm going to do is add the sides. So now I'm going to go turn this piece right here. I'm going to go this opposite side, however wide I think I want it to be. I'm going to line my ruler up on it. It's about the same distance on both sides. Line it up on the crookedness. So now I'm left with a crooked one, but that's okay. Just going to sew it onto this side now. And when I put it together and lay it out, it'll be a rectangle. So let me press it and I'll show you my rectangle. So not everything has to be straight and squared. It can also be rectangled like this, adding to the sides. So now all I have to do is straighten it up and then add to the top or bottom, whatever I'm adding to. I'm on the top, so, and I'm going to add to the top then. And I'm going to cut my two sides, making sure those are equal. Here, just laying it on the mat. I'm literally going to line it up and cut it. Come to this side, line it up and cut it. Oh, I did get it, okay. So you can see it lands perfectly nice. So now I just need to add to the top. So we're going to lay it right here and count how many inches. I need 4.5 inches of something on the top. Ooh, I can split this in half and use both sides of it. Is that 4.5? No, it's not. This needs to be 9. That's not 9 inches. Can't use that. Oh, but I can use Word Party.
Pretty
So let's do a 4.5 by 12-inch piece. So 4.5 by 12 inches. I will cut off of here, and I'm just cutting as I go. So let's line this up. 4.5 and 12. Oh, wait. I want word party to be upright, so I need 4.5 this way instead. That way it's right side up. Okay, now I'll trim it to actual size. I'll cut it out though. I'm just cutting out as I need it. Keep forgetting that I'm doing this directional. There we go. And this should be 12 inches. Right there is 12. All right, and I'm adding to the top of this one. So word party will be on the top. You'll be surprised that these actually go together quite quickly when you do it this way. All right, press my seam open. Should have rolled it first. I can't find it. Ah, come on.
You want your rolling?
No, I got it. All right, we're gonna make sure that this is 14 inches because I was off. Again, I'm just using slightly accurate numbers here. It's not gonna be perfect. Add this to the end. I'm also trying to make sure that my seams are staying flat as I go too. Making sure that they stay open and flat. So if you've never made a t-shirt quilt before though, make sure you realize that they still are gonna stretch. You can cut everything to the exact size and measurement, but it's still gonna stretch when you sew it. Unless you're using a serger. You can actually piece a whole t-shirt quilt on a serger if you wanted to. All right. So far, this is the row so far. All right, so let's add some more to it. I don't know how long it is yet. It should be like, it was 40 something, so now it's 52. All right, let's put a big load, because this baby had a big load.
It's a good one there.
All right, let's put, nah. Let's find, and I could put more than one fabric. So say I wanted to use more than one fabric, I could put more than one fabric on the top and bottom. How much do I need? I need almost 6 inches. Yeah, because I could do the top and the bottom, or the top and the side. Let's do that. I'm going to cut the side first. We're going to do top and side. So we'll do this for the side. And I don't want to chop that one, I'll save that for the big one. And this for the top. So let's add this to the side real quick, and then I'll trim it to size. Because I had plenty of room at the bottom of that shirt. to go to size. So let's go right there. Right there. And then find out how wide I need by 6 inches tall. What am I adding to the bottom, actually? Because the last one was on the top, so this one's going to go on the bottom. So I need 9 inches off of here, wide by 6 tall. That's 5, that's 6. Right there. So we're going to add this on here. I'm going to go ahead and trim the one side off first. Trim the other side. And sew it on the bottom. About what? Oh, we didn't get to see the northern lights, guys. We were both awake and didn't think. I went outside my last time to have a cigarette like 11 o'clock, and I didn't see anything in the sky, but from my backyard faces west, so, and I really wasn't paying attention to the sky because I just wanted to go to bed, so I didn't think anything of it, so we missed seeing it, but a lot of our friends posted on Facebook pictures of it, so it was able to be seen here where I live, the Aurora Borealis, or Northern Lights, however you want to call it. The technical term or the not technical term. It was 2 nights ago. Yeah. Yeah, it showed up around between 11 and 2 a.m., 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. were visible from where we live here in Havasu. Oh, that seam is trying to flip. All right. What happened? Oh, somebody wants to say hi and happy Mother's Day to everybody, even though he's going to not say it properly because it doesn't come out right from him. Oh, did he run off? He says, "Happy Mother's Day."
Mama's not gonna sit in her chair.
Say hi, everybody. Say Happy Mother's Day. He says, I had one of those once, but this crazy lady took me in as a baby, so I don't even know. All right. Let's see how many inches I am at now. All right. Where are we at? Right here. We need to go to 76. So I need like 3 more shirts almost. We're at, what number is that at? Because I can't see that far. Well, I can, but 60 and a quarter. So I need quite a few more. All right. We are going to take this I'm a Big Deal one. And we're going to put an elephant underneath it. Yes. So let's see how much I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Is this one wider? Nope. That's not wide enough. We're going to have to choose something else. This one? Yep. Okay, we're going to take 6 inches off of this. That's 5. That's 6. And we'll do a quarter. All right. We'll lay this on here. Right now, Grandma's playing with the cat. He's like, lady, what in the hell are you doing to me? Thumper gives like this weird face every time someone holds him. It's not like any other cat that just looks relaxed. Thumper literally looks pissed off. It's so funny. He doesn't like being held. He's like, please, just let me go. Funniest thing is Thumper like sees these people all the time, like the in-laws or any of the family or anything, and he still hides for them. Like every time someone comes over, he still runs and hides. But my friend Eric will come along, who's only here once a year, and Thumper comes running. He's like, hey, hello, I'm here, pet me. It's so funny. But for everybody else, he could care less. Oh, and when my Aunt Linda is here, when Nina is here, that's also when Thumper's like super excited. All right, let's take this. I'm actually going to put this on the opposite side because it seems like it should go on the opposite side. Straighten this up. It's kind of wonky. It kind of got itself a little wonky. Right here. Okay. I'm going to put it on this edge because there's a lot of flannel building up on that side, it looks like. Okay, I'm getting closer, but I still think I'll need another shirt right here. All right, I think I'm going to add another big shirt right here on this end. Let's see how tall this one is. I need to add 2.5 inches to this one. So I need 2.5 inches of something for this one.
Is that 2.5?
Oh no, this is the perfect width right here, this one. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit more than 2.5. Right there. Sew it on and then cut it to size. Wait, am I going on the bottom? Yeah, bottom. So much fun to do this. Like, even though I despise making t-shirt quilts, there's something about just building them like this, all wonky, willy-nilly kind of thing, instead of making it all perfect and stuff. Like, just having fun. What?
I'm one of those people who like things to be even on all counts. How do you get past that?
Somebody that likes everything even on all counts. How do you get past that? Well, you just got to start messing things up, you know? Doing it wonky. To get past it, just watch a few more of my videos because you'll realize that I am very wonky and I don't care. You just got to let go. All right, we're going to take this to 14 inches. It literally is like so close. Right there. Please tell me this is going to be enough shirt to make this row as long as I need it. I'm also going to be putting it in upside down because technically I'm on the opposite side. Make sure this is flat. Yeah, since the beginning of my quilting career, because it's kind of a career and hobby all at the same time, I've never once cared about the the way things land, because my first quilt was chopping up sheets into a bunch of different sizes and then making something out of that, and it was all puzzled back together. All right, let's see how long this is, Mr. Scotty. feeling we're close to 76. Are we at 76? Hold on. Come couple years that way a little bit. Is it 76?
Barely past
76 and a half?
Yeah, just barely.
Okay.
Right on.
I'll cut half an inch off
Like
of
right
this
on
end. About right there. Let's measure it one more time. I didn't cut too much. I'm really good at this measuring by eye thing, you know. Is it 76 now? Okay. Well, that'll be good because it's going to stretch. All right, so here's another row. And this one has funky in it. Sorry, Scotty has to come over and hold the other end. So you can see when the rows go together, it's going to be super funky. Funky, funky. And actually, I could hook a couple rows together just so you guys can see while we're right here. I want that one to be like the second row. Let's see. Okay, we're going to just put these two together. So that way you guys can see how puzzly it looks. It's going to take a minute to sew the whole row, though. So I got to watch for all these seams. They're all different, so there should be no nesting of anything because all these blocks were all different sizes to begin with. I just want to make sure that all the seams are staying open as I come to them. Trying to keep it nicely on my lap as well as I go. Oops, stay. Takes a minute to get from one side to the other of 76 inches with a t-shirt quilt. Oops, stay flat. I don't know how this one got unflat. Almost to the end. Match them up. All right, let me press this, and I gotta press this piece right here because it was not pressed open, which is kind of weird because I could have swore I was pressing as I went. Did I not press any of these pieces? My goodness, what's going on here?
You fired the Iron Man.
I didn't fire the Iron Man.
You need to let him
I
do
could
his
have
job.
swore I was ironing as I went.
You need to let the Iron Man get her done.
All right, let me open this up. We need to close this temporarily because it's in my way. Move these rows out of the way.
Will you be using batting?
Yes, I will be using cotton batting in this.
And what backing?
And I don't know what backing, probably a sheet. Because I use sheets on the back of quilts too. For those that are new to quilting and didn't know, you can use sheets if you want. So say your grandma had this really elegant sheet set you know, on the bed growing up as a child. If it's cotton, use it. Use it. You know, you can put a tablecloth. I've done a video actually using the tablecloth as the back on the long arm, an old vintage tablecloth. You can use whatever you want, as long as it's, I don't recommend using polyester on certain polyesters or microfiber sheets on the long arm, like because of the way that they lay, but definitely using cotton or flannel sheets on the long arm I would use, and or, you know, sit down free motion. I would use cotton and flannel sheets for that too. So this one will probably get a cotton sheet, most likely. Something lightweight, because this quilt top is already heavy. Each of these rows is like, I don't know, at least 1.5 pounds. These rows weigh a lot. There's a lot of seams here.
What happens to the interfacing when you wash it?
The interfacing just shrivels with the fabric when it's washed. I've never taken a quilt apart to know what fully happens in there, but it should stay glued onto the fabric and not have any problems. All right, here's 2 together now.
Will the quilting be meandering?
The quilting will be meandering. I meander 90% of t-shirt quilts. Unless it's a Harley quilt, then I go around the motorcycles. So here's 2 together. It looks all puzzled, right? Just random and random. It's random. So let me add one to the bottom or the top. It doesn't really matter. Let's go to the bottom with the next one.
That is neat.
Oh, the way that piece, yeah, because the seams are open. All right.
It does. It looks like a bunch of windows.
Yeah. All right. Let's put this one on the bottom. Let's make sure it's the correct direction. All right. I'm making sure that there's no 2 fabrics also touching. I mean, it wouldn't matter if it is, but I'm not trying to have anything matching. All right, here we go. Nice long seam. Making sure that all of my connections are staying open. Queen size is the goal here. Yep, the goal is queen size. Huh? Yeah, but it's to grow with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm getting as big as I can without it being too big. So a full queen is about as big as I can without being too big. And then all the excess will get put together into smaller lap quilts. We have some seams here landing almost on top of each other, so I'm definitely making sure that they stay open because they're almost landing. We don't want them on top of each other because that's really thick. I might lose that gobble gobble right there because it's stretched. Oh yeah, I'm gonna lose gobble gobble because this stretched. So because it's stretched, I am going to watch this. So what's happening here, I'm gonna show you guys right here live on camera. You can see that it's stretched so much even with interfacing, I mean, I'm telling you guys, you got to be very careful, even with the interfacing. So I'm hanging over about a full inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an inch by however long this is of one of my fabrics right here, Word Party or Toy Story, to this whole side right here at the end. That way it's the same size as this, because or else if not, I lose the gobble gobble cutting it off. And that would be funny at the end of the quilt. So I'm actually just going to add to this side real quick and then keep going from there once that side is on. So I'm literally going to move this pile out of the way, grab me some Word Party, and add to the side before I finish that seam. I just need to make sure how big it is real quick. I'm going to cut to right here.
Why are you changing the heights of the rows?
Why am I changing the heights? Because that way it goes together faster. All right, now to cut. This much off. I'm just changing everything. I don't want it to be equal because I want it to still look like a puzzle. Alrighty. Move this out of the way. Oh, that's going to be sideways, but who cares on this. I'm going to add it to this end right here. Not this, yes, this end. Hold on. Got to make sure because
Instead of using
I
parts of
stopped.
clothes, can you piece together polka dot?
My seam ran out. Instead of what? I ran out of thread, by the way.
Instead of using parts of clothes, can you piece together polka cotton?
You can piece together quilter's cotton as a puzzle. Yeah, that's how a quilt is made. You don't have to use clothes. I'm just showing you guys how to make a t-shirt quilt or a baby clothes quilt. I need a bobbin. I was sewing without a bobbin that whole time and didn't even notice that either. So my thing might not even be off that much because I was sewing without a bobbin. Trying to use up these bobbins here, you know. Got so many of them. All right, let's go back to where it lost it and then stop ahead. Wow, it lost it way back here. Whew! I sewed that whole thing. See, you're supposed to be watching those stitches. You said you can watch those stitches. Mom said she was going to watch those stitches from the beginning, but no. She didn't see that I was out of bobbin. She should have been like, hello? She said she was waving at me. So let me get this most of the way on, then I'll add that end piece. Oops, stay open seam. Thank you. Yep, it's still sticking out over an inch, so I knew it would still stick out. Just because I ran out of bobbin don't mean nothing. Still gonna be the same. We'll stop right there. Let's add that piece, and then we'll trim it to size. Where did I put that piece, though? Not behind me. It's got to be right here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Right here.
See, I come in handy.
Yep, Mama came in handy. Let's add this right here, and then I'll cut it to size. And then sew the rest on. going to take my scissors and cut it to size right here. Trim this end, literally like not even 1/8 of an inch. And then I'm gonna finger press the seam open, but I'll do the rest at the iron. And then I'll trim it to the same size as the top. So I'm just starting where I left off. I'm going to hold that seam open on my way to it. I'm going to press it, then trim it. Come on. Okay, so I'm just over here pressing this open real quick, guys. Takes a second to do that. All right. I'm almost about halfway through. My ironing board is only 64 inches, so I have to adjust. And then I'll press that other seam open before I trim it, where I added the word party fabric. And then we'll trim that to the size of the Gobble Gobble shirt. All right, so I'm gonna bring it over here, and I'm literally just going to trim this to the size of this, and I'm just going to make it straight, about right there, lining it up with the t-shirt itself as well. So like the straight seam that I made right here, and one more cut right here. Just, there we go. So that's added to it. You can see how quickly this starts to grow. So let's add my 4th row on here real quick, and then make sure that that's the right size. So we'll lay this on here. Looks the right size, and if it shifts, it's okay, because we will fix the problem on the other end. We will make it work. That's the whole point of puzzling something together, except we're making our puzzles in rows this time instead of big rectangles, which is what I did last time. I did a baby clothes quilt. Figured rows would be easier this time. So far it seems about the same, honestly. You also got to remember that t-shirts are a little on the heavy side, so you have to constantly be adjusting and making sure that the heavy parts are laying on your table next to you. Like I said, if you want to be the pinner, you can pin. I just line it up and sew as I go. No one ever said that was the wrong way to do anything either, so. It's whatever you're comfortable with. So as a beginner, just remember, if you're comfortable doing it a certain way, do it that certain way. Nobody's in your sewing room to yell at you and say, woo, 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 police are here. Quilts police are here. You know, you don't have that, so don't worry about it. Do what you got to do. Make it work for you. So far, this looks very puzzly. Is it exact? Oh, look at that. This time it's landing almost right. Still stretching though. But that's okay. This time it just landed on the milk side. That's just fine. I was just saying that the larger blocks and rows seems about equally as easy. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm going to lay this flat real quick and trim off that little 1/4 of an inch excess.
Here's a question from Mom. Mom, how did you like your quilt?
Which quilt?
The one that you made for her. The big one for me and
She has the antique quilt I did for her and the Dresden sew-along quilt.
the one that you did on the Insomniac, isn't that the antique or no?
No, I didn't do it on Insomniac videos. My mom has one that's probably done.
Your mom, not my
Yeah.
mom? Oh, okay.
My mom has one that
Well, how did your mom like it?
my mom loves her quilt. She has a birthday block quilt. She has a what is the one? Hunter Star quilt that I made in blue and white. I'm trying to think what else my mom has. My mom has like several. So a lot of my family members have some.
Well, how does
Scott's
your mother-in-law like her two quilts?
Scott's mom loves her antique quilt. It's a vintage 1930s quilt that I restored, and that is always on her bed in her bedroom. The guest room has the Dresden. We did a Dresden sew-along with the Moda. I used Moda Kansas trebles. Was that Moda? Yeah, I think so. Whatever. I used the Kansas treble, and then I did a picture frame one. I think I did that also in the video, which is the leftover from the quilt. So she has that in an actual frame hanging on the wall in the living room. And then she has a bunch of table runners and table toppers and oven mitts, that's the word. Pot holders, that's the word, yeah. She has lots of stuff that I've made. She also has a panel quilt and a couple of things. Just little stuff mixed in. The 2 giant quilts. All right. You want to help me hold this up?
Yes, I do. I would love to.
I'm pretty sure they're all right side up. All right, so far this is how big it is. So far, if I turned it sideways, it would fit on a twin bed. I think we need to go lower. Right about there, yeah. So like everything fits perfectly on here. And it looks like it was puzzled together, but I did this one in rows instead of big sections. So it actually looks pretty darn good for being done in rows. It still gives that puzzle look because not everything matches where it's supposed to. I mean, these are kind of close right here because that's the same shirt, but other than that, there's little pockets everywhere. So there's pockets here, pocket here, pocket here, pocket here. There's a pocket up there. And I'm not done. I still have plenty more pockets left. Like I said, whatever's left over is going to be smaller quilts, so there's going to be more than just this one. All right, so that's where I'm at so far. It's making rows that are 76 inches by who knows what tall, because I'm going to go to about 90 long, and right now it looks to be, let's just take a wild goose number, so that's 36. 46, 47. It's about 47 inches long right now. So I need another, 3, 4, 5 rows to go. So that's a lot more to go.
You'll probably do them this week. And then,
Yeah, I have a lot to work on this week. I'll probably just continue adding all these. I'm getting low on some of these sizes. Like these were the newborn shirts. This was the little tiny shirts pile, And then these were like the under 3-month-old shirts. So like the newborn to 3-month-old or 1 to 3. Like this was actually, I pieced these together. This was the preemie shirt. And then this was 4 pairs of pants that went with the preemie shirt so that they could, because it's a newborn baby and they go through diapers like crazy and the poo comes out, you need a couple changes of pants. So there was the 4 pairs of pants that went with the 1 shirt for the preemie. So yeah, so I made that into a block. I mean, I did a lot of these crooked ones because I didn't want to lose the sides of the pictures, and the pictures, the words went open, so I made sure to just add to the sides of some of this stuff so that I could still have the photo or the words. And some had matching fabrics, like this one had little matching tigers. And then this one had the matching cookies and milk bottoms, so I just put them together to make a block out of it. Yeah, so now I just need to add to the top or bottom of it. So there's lots of this. I also have, in one of these stacks, I have mom's pants, pregnancy pants. I don't know what stack it's in, but it has the butt pocket that I cut out and put interfacing on, so I can make that into part of the top. So there'll be a lot of pockets. So yeah, I got a lot more to cut up and sew together, but I mean, I'll get to it. This one right here has the bottom of the onesie right here. So I'm going to probably lose the bottom of the H, but I'm going to make a triangle on the bottom of this like I did with those other pieces, because I don't want this in the seam. That'll be too hard to press open. That's a lot to go through on my long arm. So some of this I do piece out. I go as close as I can with the next piece and then just work on it. So
when you add it to the side, are you using other t-shirt fabric?
When I add it to the side, no, this was the t-shirt and this was the matching pants. I cut the pants up. So when I add to these, I had matching pants.
You're also using the backs of the t-shirts,
yep.
And you're using regular fabric.
And then all this stuff is like either the back of a t-shirt, all the stuff that I've been adding is backs of t-shirts and or family members' shirts, and or I'm actually using the button-up shirts as filler as well. So all what I got off of button-up shirts, or anything that was like a onesie, like this was a onesie with a front and a back, I just took the onesie apart, and just made a big chunk section out of it. And these will be the filler fabrics. That way this isn't by itself just a block, and there'll be a little bit of it scattered throughout the whole thing. So there's a lot of choices here. And then all this little stuff, if I need to fill anything in, I could take all these little pieces here, sew them all together, chop them to one size, and that can be, a section in between blocks because I'm trying to get to 76 inches long. All these can go together and be that 5-inch strip that I need to finish off that row, because none of my shirts are 5 inches wide. So I can just piece all this little stuff together because I literally have a bunch of it starting, Well, more than starting. They're already there. There's a ton of these littler pieces, but for now, this is how I'm doing this, and I'm just going to keep on working on it on the side now. Today will be the last video of me piecing this here on the channel. You guys got to see how to prep your shirts, how to cut your shirts, and now how to sew them together. Pretty simple. So that next step is, once it's all sewn together, I will show you guys how I long arm quilt one of these, just because it's been asked. I don't really do many long arm quilting videos anymore, but I will show you guys just so you know how it goes for those of you who've never thrown one on the long arm before. So that way you can see how it's done. Binding, I have no idea yet. I don't even think that far ahead. Last t-shirt quilt, I used a solid. The one before that, I used a stripe. It's whatever I put in there. So I don't have binding plans just yet. But no, I just do whatever until I get to that step. So it won't be next week because I definitely won't be ready to long arm it next week. But next week we'll probably start something new. But for now, it'll be on the side and I'll get this work done little by little. And then you guys can see how it's loaded on the long arm and how I take care of that and go around things. Because I know that's something I get asked quite often. So any other questions?
Yeah.
I'm going to get off of here 10 minutes early so that I could spend some more time with my mother-in-law and hang out with her because she's here and, you know, all she's been doing is watching me sew. And, you know, I mean, I didn't see that being any kind of entertaining, but she's finding it very entertaining over there.
Do you use shirts to border it or fabric?
No, I'll probably use fabric for a final border to seal all those seams off. I'll probably just grab a black or a blue or something and just go all the way around it. Or however much of the word party and whatever left. But the kid also likes something else. So if I find something else at the store, like one of these kind of fabrics that's, you know, that he likes, that's children's prints, I'll just get it, like a yard of it for the border. So that way I can finish it off and be ready for it. But right now I don't have to worry about that. For now I just need to get these t-shirts get together into this. So I got quite a bit of shirts left. Like I said, I'll get small ones off the leftovers, but that's it. That's all I'm doing. So you guys will see that next step will be loading it on the long arm, and that will be on a Sew Sunday. That way you guys can all see it. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Thursday, we're still continuing Diamond, what is it called again? Diamond Detour. I think that's the name of the pattern. See how quickly I forget. We're gonna still finish Diamond Detour on Thursday because this Thursday is Breakfast at Tiffany's at 7 a.m. Arizona time. And that's it. That's all I got, guys. So thank you all for hanging out. Hope you all have a wonderful Mother's Day. What are you looking at? Oh, it's Diamond Detour. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure of it now.
Yes.
All right, guys. So I will see you. Happy Mother's Day. And bye, everybody. See ya. See ya. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Bye now.